What is up, everybody? Call me Gatsby here with West Egg Gaming, and today we are going to talk about a build that I've been running on Zane for quite some time. Shout out to ThiccFilA, who came out with this build. To my knowledge, he was the first person to come up with this build and the only person to really do a video on it. It's called the Friendly Fire Zane build. So the basis of the build is really just involving the Backburner, which is a legendary rocket launcher that can do friendly fire damage. Now you're going to want this in shock, okay? And then you're also going to want a transformer. So the idea behind this build is using the Backburner, the shock Backburner, to heal your clone. Because this Backburner does friendly fire damage, and our clone is going to use the shield that we have equipped, it will heal his shield every time he takes a shot from this. So ideally you want to make sure you're not getting a transformer that adds any bonus damage types to your shots or anything like that, because you want to make sure this is just doing shock damage. If it does any other types of damage, it is going to damage your clone and kill him. That being said, I run the shock Backburner. It's a pretty basic setup for what I run. I don't really have, anything super specific. You run guns you like. Obviously, the shock Backburner. The Light Show has been helping me out a lot. I'm running that with the Digiclone 130% damage edition. Then I've got Sentinel Active, KO Zin, and then Sentinel Active Monarch. I'm running Seeing Dead with weapon damage, action skill damage, because this is a clone and drone build, so you're going to be doing a lot of damage with your clone and with your drone, obviously. Weapon damage, weapon critical damage, obviously just good to have. Then the Icebreaker Victory Rush, obviously just good pick for Zane. On this we have action skill cooldown rate, just to keep our clone and our drone up as much as possible, plus movement speed to add damage, and plus magazine size so we can output as much damage as possible. And then the grenade doesn't really matter all that much. It's just going to be extra damage. Again, you want to make sure it's not extra damage type to your weapons. So now that we've looked at all that, we're going to go over to skill points. Now again, this is ThiccFilA's build. I just really like it, and I've been tweeting at him and commenting on his YouTube videos, asking him to do an updated build. But you're going to want to copy and paste this right here. Pretty much the only extra points I've added into this, whenever he did his build, it was a level 57 build. Since then we have the level 60 update, so I've added, I basically had 3 extra skill points to spend, and I put 1 into Cool Hand and 1 into Good Misfortune. But you're basically going to want to copy and paste this right here. Then we have the clone specs. Pretty much just the top tier skills are what you want. Very important. Trick of the Light, you only want to put 1 point of this because Zane deals bonus cryo damage to enemies that target him. Long story short, if you run Trick of the Light with this build, the Backburner will deal cryo damage, and you will not be able to heal yourself or your clone. You'll end up randomly killing yourself at some times. You're going to want to run Pocket Full of Grenades. I didn't run this at first because I wasn't sure why he put it in there, because we couldn't throw grenades. I'm now realizing that because we're running Boom Enhance, this is just going to keep giving our clone extra perks, extra fun stuff non-stop. Obviously, as many points as you can get into Donnybrook. And I believe I put my extra point, I know I said I had 3 extra points, I put 1 extra point into Borrowed Time. Just because I like knowing that my action skills are going to be up for long periods of time. You're going to want to make sure you get Double Barrel, because this will give you give your clone the Backburner, which is what you're going to want to give him, because if you are in the middle of the fight, he is going to be shooting enemies around you and healing you non-stop. And then this is pretty basic. You're just going to want to get a few points into this. They're just spare. You don't have to do it, but it's nice to have quick shield recharge rate and higher shield capacity. And then we do want to get brain freeze just so we can keep our shields and health up and possibly keep our action skills up. So all that being said, I would just copy and paste the skills. I'll spend about 3 seconds on each of these so people can take screenshots. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Alright, so now this is one of the bosses that I found more difficult to do. I have not fought him with this build, so this will be interesting. It's insane. The amount of damage this build does is absolutely bonkers. I cannot express this to you enough. This is the only build I run for Zane anymore. I do need to figure out how to get down into that room. Do I just drop down? Yeah, just drop down. Yeah.
Out and about!
And I mean, this build is just with the clone alone. This is Mayhem 10, by the way. I don't know if I specified that. Mayhem 10, no mods. I'm not even gonna shoot the jackpot. No, we will shoot our clone to heal him up a little bit. And there you go, you can see the healing. It really is a very fun build to run. It's different than what most people run with Zane, which is something I really enjoy. Again, shout out to ThiccFilA for coming up with this. He is a fucking genius. Just because the clone's missing a little bit, I'm gonna give him a little help. And as you can see, this is a Mayhem 10 4-stage boss fight that we're just breezing through.
Singing songs about that one.
Just massive amounts of damage from our clone. I mean, it's hard to explain. That's it. As you can see, super easy. I really, honestly didn't have to do anything there. I could have just sat and let the clone do all the work. So I'll go over it one more time, just for everyone who is curious. There's certain skills I'm trying to. Let's see. One of the abilities. If you haven't watched ThiccFilA's video on it, go check it out. ThiccFilA is an awesome YouTuber. He's currently partnered with Borderlands. Just putting out awesome Zane builds. I'm a Zane main, so I really appreciate it. If you watch this, shout out to you, man. I know you won't, but still. So basically, there's a certain skill, I'm not entirely sure which one it is, but using this skill, we can get never-ending rocket launcher ammo. If you look at my ammo in the bottom right, we're just constantly getting ammo back. So that helps it. It's very functional. You're not going to run out of ammo very easily. It's just a very high damage build, and it's super fun to play. I highly recommend it to anyone who's tired of playing cut and dry, cryo, shield, Zane, especially with the clone buff. It's phenomenal. So thank you guys for checking it out. Again, if you haven't checked out ThiccFilA's video on the build, I would highly recommend you do it. Check out some of his other videos. Thank you for watching, and take it easy.